So just say the Pocket Pod, intro. Whatever. You can introduce yourself or whatever.
Hi, I'm Patty, and I'm introducing the Pocket Pod.
Do you have any question or anything you'd like to say to the world? If you could say anything today.
Give it your all.
Thank you, Patty.
Thank you.
Hello. So, a little bit of a twist. My artist did not show up. Maybe he was asleep. Maybe he was turned the night before. Maybe something happened. I don't know. Who's to say? But I did a call. I did my little text, and I did a call, and I waited for like hour. I got there a little bit earlier than the appointment. We usually do like low key like 11:30. I got there at like 11:20, 11:15, something like that. So, but I'm not even mad because I was just enjoying my food. Because I brought my wings. I even brought my baby wipes from the car. Because I knew I was about to fuck those shits. I knew I was about to devour. Just inhale. And I was. And I set up the TV. I was watching the TV in the chair. Adjusted in nice reclining chairs. Put on my setting. I was catching my vibe. Most definitely. Look. Don't let the unforeseen trouble your heart. Don't allow the unforeseen to impact you negatively, because I'm using this opportunity. This is still an opportunity. My day, it's still early. It's 12:48. I'm going back to my mother's house, and I'm gonna drop off her taxes, and that's good. She asked me that from last week, but I didn't do it last week. Well, I was supposed to take the papers and then drop them out of the place, but I forgot to leave with the papers. I was gonna do it in the week. Nada. But now, as I'm waiting in the chair, I finish my food. I say, okay. What things? What activity? First, I know I have to go. I do my laundry at my mom's house. I don't know. I can't justify paying that money at res for the laundry. I can't, especially when I go home so often, because I like my mother. So like I go home often. It's not really that much of an issue. Like I have to go home and do things like they rely on me for so yeah. I'll bring my laundry and I'll do my laundry. And then I said, wait, it's Saturday, or is the tax place open? I don't have the paper, but if I drive home and I look on Google and say they close at 2, and I say, ooh, Google at the right time, and I give them a quick call. I'm like, can I drop it out? They're like, yeah, we're open till 2. I'm like, ooh, I can work with that. So then I said, okay. I didn't even call twice. I didn't call my artist twice, because that wasn't necessary. It wasn't needed. Like, I'll get it done eventually. But right now, there's more to do. My calling was not for the tattoo, but instead for something else. This wasn't meant to be my time. It wasn't meant to be. There was more. That's how the universe goes. That's how I interpret these messages. This is the mindset. This is the inner workings of my brain, and you can understand, and you can see where I come from. You can understand and how I draw my conclusion, and the state that it's not easy. It's not easy. And that's a part of the reason I do this pod, so you can get the inner workings of my mind. Because to be the person I am, it's not easy. It's a choice. It's a choice. I can't stand when people attribute this to luck. No, it's not luck. It's hard work. It's determination. It's fury and passion. It's a drive. It's a drive that's unwavering, unbuckling. I choose to be optimistic. I choose to be joyous. I choose to see the silver lining. And I'm leaving the shop. And Patrick's like, "Oh, he's not showing up." I'm like, I don't know. It's fine. He's like, "Oh, did you call him?" I'm like, "I called him once." I'm like, it don't even really matter because right now I have the perfect opportunity because weekdays I'm busy and also the tax place is over back on my ends, over on the opposite side because I'm in Scarborough. I'm on the east side. And then now you're telling me I'm on to go when I do the tax, I gotta go on the west side. So that's kind of a tricky thing to do. But you're telling me now that they're open until 2. And I don't have the papers, but if I drive back to my mother's, it says GPS say estimated timer at 1:01. I do 1:01. Okay, 1:01. All right. And I know it won't take me 30 minutes to get there. It won't take me an hour to get there. So I just say, wait, let me back up. This is my opportunity. I'm being redirected because either way I had to do this task eventually. So I see. Okay, all right. I have no problems, no qualms. Life doesn't always go as expected. I planned as I was driving and I was talking about my passion, my fury, but the consistent key. This consistent key. And in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to go to the shop. I'm gonna get my new tat. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be amazing. I love getting my tat. I don't know what I'm gonna get. It's kind of a little surprise because we have the blueprint, but we diverged from the blueprint a bit. But it's still the blueprint. Like it's there. Like the concept's still there. So, it's a fun surprise. But it's also a test of endurance because I'm sacrificing that whole arm. I must endure the pain that comes. That sacrifice. Because all that real estate. I have the imagination. I have quite the imagination. You're telling me I could have put any piece of art that I wanted on that arm. I could have put any piece of art, any sketch that came to mind, any design that may have popped up. And there's so many. I could have been inspired from, but I sacrificed this arm. I sacrificed this arm for more, for greater, for a concept, for a dream. This arm represents my soul. It's chaotic, it's sporadic, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful, beautiful creation. It's spontaneous. As it progresses, I remember Ugo yesterday, he said, "Oh, I didn't see this new part. Oh, this one. Oh." He's like, "The arm's really coming along." He said, "Did you have the whole thing planned out? Did you have the whole thing planned out?" Oh, my mom just texted me. That's funny. Okay, but yeah, so it's that consistent key. And I was thinking, and I was like, oh, and now I got my mic set up. I got my mics and I'm going to set up my transceiver with my phone and I'm going to do a dual audio recording. I'm going to get mine and his and we're going to have a pod. I'm going to, because Ash was on the pod before, but that was a little bootleg setup. That was just my little phone, but now you're going to be mic'd up. You're going to be mic'd, and he offered me a setup too. But that's more of a sit down setup. This is my to go. This is my pocket pod. So I'm officially going to have him on the pocket pod. So now, I'm here planning this, and I say, ooh, and I'm going to put the transceiver in my phone, and then it's gonna save as one file, and it's gonna be glorious. Man didn't even end up showing up. I hold no gripes, no qualms. To tell you the truth, honestly, it doesn't matter. honestly, it couldn't matter less to me in my heart. I understand him and he understands me. We are both human. I'm just a guy, he's just a guy. We we're just people. Bro, I don't want to go to work all the time either. Sometimes I mess up my schedule too. Like I and I don't know what he's thinking. Look, because the thing is, when you think that, when you look at someone else and you think you know what they're thinking, it's only you thinking that they think. But so it's really just I think. It's not I think that they think. No, it's I think. That you could stop the sentence right there, because after that it's redundant. It's I think. There's no I think that they think, because what's going on? Because you can never say I know that they think, because even when someone expresses and they tell you what they're thinking, you don't know if they're fully thinking that. So, any hoosers. So, but what I'm telling you here is, I don't care. I don't care, because now my opportunity lies somewhere else. It lies somewhere else. You could go ahead and even say, oh, Trey, that's cope. Trey, that's cope. You're coping right now because you wanted a tat. Don't lie. Of course, you're coping. You could call it cope if you want. You could call it whatever the fuck you please. All you gotta know is my heart and soul are not troubled. They're not burdened. I do not carry that on to the rest of my day, because now the rest of my day continues. Now another adventure starts. Off one path onto another. Off one path onto another. No matter what path you leave, you're still walking on a path. Even when you walk on the grass, that grass is a path in itself, no? Even when there are no footsteps, no tracks, no trails on this grass, it's a grass field. And you could imagine it to be pristine and glorious, this grass field. You could imagine it to be so, right? And even that grass field with no tracks, with nothing, it is still a path, nonetheless, just a path uncarved. The path you carve in your mind is not definitive, is not certain. It is a think, it is a wish, it is a want. It is a want. When you don't get a want, you should not let your heart be troubled and burdened. So if you need to cope in order to justify and reason and rationalize this want that was let down, that's fine. As long as it does not afflict you, it does not ail you, it does not trouble you. Oh my days. I'm tweaked. Yo, you're trying to annoy me. You're trying to annoy me with your stupid nonsense. You can't. Why would you pull up? Why would you stop before the light turns red? Why are you stopping before the light turns red? You're trying to troll. But yeah. But now I have another path. Now I have a mission. This mission is for a greater purpose. It's my mother. I love my mother. Yo, I'm gonna keep it $125. My mother. It's that ethnic parent relationship. What you gotta know. My mother, the first woman I've ever loved, but the first woman I've despised. The first woman I've ever loved so dearly, but the first woman I've also despised truly. It goes back to those expectations, that upbringing. It made me stronger, but at some point there was resentment, because when I didn't believe I was good enough, and I'm being told that I'm still not good enough. Ooh, yo, there was a time where my mother, she looked at me, and I'll never forget this day because it changed me. My mother looked at me and she told me, and she said, "I am disappointed and ashamed of you." Excuse me? Excuse me, ma'am? Disappointed is one. You're allowed to be disappointed. You're right. You're allowed to be. I've done disappointing things in this life. I've disappointed you. I can understand that. He without sin may cast the first stone. Most definitely. Most definitely. But then when you put the "and ashamed" is crazy. I didn't even do anything wrong. I'm ashamed of a murder. If my son was like, killed someone, I'd be ashamed. You you found out I did something that you don't agree with. You found out the other side, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that. There's more stories to be told. So, yeah, I say that this is just another path, another bump, another hurdle, another path to take, and it you have to mentally prepare yourself. It's a mental thing. It is a mental game. Being an optimist, the attempt. It's not for the weak. It's the mindset. You have to persevere. The negative thoughts are so much louder than the positive ones. Hi, Mamu. Hi, Mamu. You just having your pet. Wait, where's the tax papers? You already have them? Where are the tax papers? The place closed at 2. I have to run. And they're closed tomorrow. Okay, see? Next part of my journey starts here. It's the Pocket Pod. Yeah, so I got the papers. I'm on the way. It say 1:32. Bangers. So if we look at my day objectively, I woke up for an appointment. I woke up for an appointment. I prepared my breakfast, my dinner, my breakfast to go. I meant to eat it in the car, but I got sidetracked with my pod. So then I showed up to this appointment not fully nurtured. Like, I wanted to say nutrients, like nurtured. I don't know, not fully, but nutriated. Anyway, but not. I went to this appointment not fully ready, you could say. Because when you get attacked, you know, you're supposed to eat before your body goes through a lot of trauma. It's getting stabbed, impaled a bunch. Prick. You know, a lot. So you gotta give your body energy, the nutrients it needs. So then I fell short there, and I got sidetracked with my pod, and then I planned to have my tattoo artist on the pod, and when I showed up, he wasn't there. And then now it's the morning. I watched TV and ate for like an hour, and he didn't show up, and then I left. And now I'm on time crunch. I'm on a time crunch to get my mom's papers. But it's all how you phrase it. It's in the perspective. Because where others get annoyed, where they get distraught, where they are aggravated. Oh, it didn't work out. I look at it as a redirection. And it's a redirection. And that redirection, who's to say it was a redirection in the first place and it wasn't the direction I was supposed to go in? Is what you make of it. So the way I see it, I woke up and I got to sleep in a bit later than you, because my appointment is like 11:30, and I got to sleep till I got to sleep till like I think I woke up at like 10. I woke up at like 10 and that's at like 10:30. I think it's like 30 minutes to get here. But I usually wake up at 6. I got to sleep like 4 more hours. I got to sleep 4 more hours than usual. And okay. Then I drove and I was impassioned. I was enthralled. I was enjoying myself because recording my episode on the Pocket Pod in the car. So even there again, okay, good. There's good and there's good. All I'm hearing is good and good. Then I show up. He's not there. That gives me time to eat. I pissed my time away in the car but now I got time to eat. Oh, that seemed good too. That seemed good because either way I was gonna eat. That seemed good. And then I got to watch the show that I was watching yesterday, and I said, okay, well that seemed good too. And now, even though you didn't show up, now it gives me the opportunity to get a task that I wanted out of the way. A task that either way I was going to do. That afflict me, that was on my mind, right? If you don't, so all I'm hearing is good and great and amazing. It's the perspective. It's the perspective. And you control the perspective. You control the narrative of your story. You feel me? You control this narrative. So if I control this narrative, why would I want to paint my book, have these undertones in a negative light? Would I not? Surely I would want it positive. Surely I would want them positive. No? So I choose with grace. I thank the heavens, the hell, and everything in between. I'm grateful for it all because without heaven there could be no hell, and without hell there can be no heaven, and without both there could be no earth. So I'm grateful for the good, the bad, and the neutral. Objectively, there is no good. Good is only in relativity. Good is only in relativity. Bad is only in relativity. Relativity to what? Man is the measure of all. Murder is bad, right? Everyone say murder is bad objectively. And what about euthanasia? Not everyone's immediately saying yes, but there's a little bit of a divide. Some are pausing now. Before, if I asked you, what do you think? Is murder good? No. Should I murder someone? No. But what if this person's been in a coma for the last 15 years? They're brain dead, and they have no way of surviving. Like, but they're 15. And they're 15. What about that? They got in this coma when they were 15. Now they're 30. And they're what about then? What? Surely, is that even murder at that point? Some would argue, but that's not even murder. Do you see? But there's this gray now. Not everything is good or bad or positive, negative. Life is this gray area. It resides in the middle. It's not so cut and dry. It's cut and it's wet. It's barely sliced. It's scored. It's scorn. Is scorn or scored? I don't know, but it's not so easy. So in the same way, man is the measure of all. So why am I measuring myself to have the most negative? Why am I trying to uphold the worst story? Surely I want to uphold the best. Optimism. Optimism, it's a virtue. You talk about patience is a virtue. Optimism is a virtue. It's not easy. You're not born with this. Some innately it's easier, brain composition, the chemical composition of your mind and the chemicals that are released, and some people it's easier for them to be happier than others, and some people are more susceptible to depression than others, of course, yes. But at the heart of it all, it's a choice. It's a choice that I choose to go in the right direction, in my right direction. It's an attempt. My day is not bad, it's great. It's just begun. I have my chi at the beginning of the day, so it's the best possible day. If you have the chi at the beginning of the day, and that's the good part of the day you look forward to, then surely doesn't that mean that the best part of your day is already happened? Surely doesn't that mean that the day can only get worse? Fuck no! It's that perspective, it's that mindset. It's flawed from the very start. You're flawed. The thinking is flawed from the very start. Can't it only get worse? Then what about can't it only get better? If you already start the day off good on a high note, then surely if you know what the high is like, wouldn't you avoid the lows? And if you do get a low, wouldn't that low be a neutral? Come on now. Maybe I'm mad. Maybe I'm crazy. But I am. Honestly, I am. I'm a whack job. But I choose to be a whack job. I choose this line of thinking. I choose to be like this because I know the alternative, and I know when I reach the deepest lows and the most sorrow, I know what it's like to wake up and for it to already be the worst day imaginable. I know what it feels like to wake up and I'm having lapses in sanity. I'm having mental breaks. I'm begging myself. Do not let them treat you like that. Do not go. Do not put yourself in this environment. Do not allow yourself to be belittled, to feel so small and insignificant, to feel as if your life is not your own. I've known those days. I know, and they weren't days, they were months. They weren't days, they weren't weeks, they were months. It was a year. It was a year of this life, but I chose to. Because if I experienced the worst that there could be, then there could never be anything that can test me in the same way again. Then there could surely, if I know what I don't want, if I know what I must avoid, then life is peachy, it's sweet to fuck, it's so sweet you can catch diabetes. I chose to, and I knew I was so miserable, and I was only getting worse and worse and worse and worse. My mom saw me smile after I quit, and she said, "I didn't know you can smile again." I laughed. I laughed for 2 seconds longer than I did for that year. And my mom said, "I didn't know you could be happy again. I'm sorry. I didn't know." My mother gave up hope on my happiness. She gave up hope on my joy. She believed that this is who I've now become, a man of misery. So I know the days I keep them in mind. And in some way, in some sick, twisted way, I adore them. all my days of suffering, my months, my weeks, my year, I couldn't stand it, but now, even when I was doing it, I knew why I was doing it, what there was to gain. It was mental. It was a mental game, and it was also a physical game. You know, get the experience on your resume. Get the hands-on experience. They didn't want to teach me welding. I taught myself. They say, no, you don't got a prerequisite to weld for us to teach you welding. I'm like, what's that? They say your last name, not Patel. I say, oh, it's okay. When they go, I say, let me take my little thing and let me do a ching. Let me. I watched my YouTube videos. I learned the patterns, the welding patterns, the techniques from YouTube as I was there. I said, I'm looking at and I'm making sure I took the opportunity, the lesson. I took it with grace and pride, and I took it begrudgingly because I was miserable, but I took it nonetheless. So I say with pride and confidence, you are the creator of your world. This optimism shit, it's not easy. This optimism shit isn't easy, not by any means. But I know the alternative. I know what it's like to wake up dreading, not even dreading the next hour, but dreading the next minute, having to put on these clothes to get ready to go somewhere I hate, having to even open my eyes, hearing that alarm when you go home and you work 12 hours, but you really worked like 12 and a half, 13. You work 13 hours at some place you couldn't stand, and it's night shift, day, night, day, every other weekend. You work 2 days on, 2 days off, 3 days on, 3 days off. Oh, okay. But then every 2 weeks you also swap night between night and day. Oh, okay, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Oh, okay, 6 p.m. to 6. Oh, okay. Oh, I can't have a life. Oh, I can't have hobbies. Oh, I can't do anything really fully consistently. Oh, but I didn't have the skill set for this. I wasn't prepared. Now I can do that shit with ease, with a breeze. If I have to leave for 7, I'm getting up at 6, and I'm doing it with a smile on my face. I'm turning up. It's the mindset. I know what it's like. I know the alternative. The alternative of optimism. That's a title right there. The alternative to optimism. To be a pessimistic fuck. I was like, this is my life. This is life. I said I would take my life. I was thinking about taking my life because if this is what life is, if this is what I have to do, I'd take it before I do this for 40 more years. 50 more. I'd take my life before I do this for 40 more years. It got to a point. And when I claimed my freedom, when I said, okay, I did what I needed to do. I knew it was for a year. The co-op position was for a year, and then I quit before that year. Go, please, bitch. You what? You fucked me. It was a green turn, and you fucked me. I hope you enjoy your day, because you fucked me raw. But yo, it's funny. Yo, bro, no, I'm actually having the time of my life. You're asking me what I'm doing. I'm living. I take all these tools, all that I've built, everything that I've accumulated day by day, layer by layer, step by step, and it piles, it builds. You don't get everything at once. People look at me, they think I got it all at once. You have drone, you have mic, you have printer, you got TV, you got bed, you got digital. Nigga, if you don't shut the fuck up, I started with nothing. We all start with nothing. And you can get it all at once if you're rich, but I'm not. So I did it layer by layer, step by step. And what you see today, what you see when you see me, you see a man that has built. He's built a house. He has built a life. He has built a soul. You look at me and you see this accumulation of what do you see? An accumulation of a life, but you can't imagine, and you can't attribute each part, each sector to a different segment, each to a different arc, to a different character, to a different life. I've lived multiple lives. In my 22 years of life, I've lived at least 4 different lives. I've done enough to constitute 4 lifetimes worth for the average person. Do you know what that does to a man? What that does to the heart? What that weighs on you? It weighs on you, but you've built. Yo, my midlife crisis. I had my midlife crisis when I was 19. I thought I wasn't gonna live past. I didn't think I was gonna live past 25. I realized I could live to 30, but I never imagined past 30. I realized I'm gonna live past 30. It's because it's the amount of life that I lived. It didn't match up to how much more I have to. I can't. You're telling me I have to do that for another, not even 20, because that means I'm 40. But let's give with my chia, I'm 80 at least. With the chia, I'm living to 80. You know, so 40? No, 60. 60 more years of life. 2, 4, 6, 8. 60 more years of life. Can you get... So... live that much more. So, and when I lost my soul, forget 60 years. Doing that, I couldn't live past 25. I wouldn't even touch 25. Brother man, sister woman, hear ye. This optimism is not cut and dry. It's not something that's just given to you. It's taken. You have to take in this life. You take. If you want something, you fight for it. And the thing when you fight, when you enter a battle, when you enter this battle, when you fight, you can't lose. And if you lose, then you fight again. But here's the thing. Here's what's never explained, what's never talked about. When you fight a battle and you win, you still lose. Because in your head, you must prepare yourself to fight an opponent, for an adversary greater than the one that you have previously fought. In this life, in this universe, you just won. In this timeline, you have just won, but you now have to imagine a life where you didn't. And you have to become greater. You have to become stronger, because There are always bigger fish in the sea. Just because you a big fish don't mean you the biggest. Just because you a big fish don't mean you the smallest either. When you fight and you win. When you fight and you win, you must realize, you have to understand that you have to prepare yourself for another battle, a battle yet to come. A battle that you must be prepared for. And this enemy, this adversary, this foe, this foe is greater than the ones that you've seen before. So what will you do? The thing is, there is win or lose. You can either prepare to lose or you can prepare to win. And when you prepare to win, you have to prepare again. It comes back to the same thing at the end of the day. You win or lose, and either way, you must become stronger. You must become stronger, because when you wait, you win and you wait. You wait for the next adversary to beat you. And you wait to lose to then become stronger. Who's to say that won't be your final fight? And who's to say, who's to say, brother man, sister woman, hear ye. You either prepare now before you lose, or you lose and you prepare. It's the same result at the end of the day. I made it to the tax place. It's 1:33. Oh, bashata. Just dropped off the taxes. There you go. You see? Just like that. Yo, I remember there was I dropped off the taxes like a while back. There was this girl that worked there, and I remember she worked there for the last 2 years, like 2 years. And she worked there, and this thing, I had a crush on her. She was pretty. This was a very pretty woman. And I dropped off the taxes, and she was there when I also picked them up. And I remember I was like, oh my God. And I was talking to my mom and sister about this girl. And I was like, she a grown woman. She a grown woman. I remember when I came back and I picked up the taxes. Tell me why my dumb ass, I wore a tie. I got this emergency bow tie I keep. I keep an emergency bow tie in case. I keep an emergency bow tie. Sounds so ridiculous. I keep this emergency bow, and I wore this bow tie when I was like, oh. Nothing happened, but it was fun. Hi, yeah.